Good morning. I'm in a desperate need of a reset, so today you're holding me accountable. Ever since I finished my Great Summer Lock-In Challenge, I feel like I have been kind of taking it slow, a little bit too much maybe. I have not really been sticking to my healthy habits all that much. I think I needed a break, to be completely honest with you. I was feeling kind of burnt out towards the end of it. Like, I still completed the challenge, I still did the thing, but I feel like the past 2 days specifically, because it has been 2 days since I've completed the challenge, I feel like I've kind of let go, and I needed that because I just needed rest. But now I'm ready to slowly get back into it and find more of a balance between the healthy habits and doing all the things, but also making sure I have time to rest and do the things that will help me fill my own cup. So today I need to do a little bit of both, and so we're gonna start with a grocery restock. I actually need to hit Costco because I have a few items that I definitely need to restock on, so we're gonna do that. And then I also need to hit the grocery store. Even though I did a little bit of a grocery restock in the past few days, I still have a couple of items that I would like to get, and I also need to return my soda cans, and so I can do that at the grocery store. So we're gonna hit two birds with one stone and head out the door. So come with me. It's only 10:30 a.m. and I already feel like such a mess. It's so hot and humid outside. I have a feeling today is going to be a hot one, but it's fine because I got everything that I wanted. So let me share with you a quick little rapid fire Costco haul. So we have cashews, these protein bars that looked really good. They have 19 grams of protein per bar. They're only 200 calories and they have 13 grams of fiber and 2 grams of sugar. These Unreal Bites. So first we have the dark chocolate peanut butter cups as well as the dark chocolate coconut minis. I thought these could be a great sweet treat to bring to the office. Some salmon poke, these steaks that my mom bought a few weeks ago and made them at home, and they were so good. They were so tender and flavorful, so I decided to get them. This PEI mix, I thought this could be a fun sweet treat. The lightly breaded chicken breast chunks, this Native body wash set. I'm running out, and so I love the Native brand, and when I saw that they had them at Costco, I figured, yes, let's jump on that. So these are coconut and vanilla as well as toasted vanilla and honey. 2 scents that I'm sure I'm gonna love. The Premier Protein pancakes. These are great on the go for me, and I love keeping them at my parents' house, so when I go to work, I can have an easy to bring breakfast. Some laundry detergent. This was the whole reason why I went to Costco to begin with, because I am running out. Toilet paper. This Lonnie variety pack. I love the flavors in this one. It has sherbet swirl, pink slush, and cherry twist, and I have been relying on these a lot more recently. I'm trying to cut myself back a bit by having maybe only half of one in the morning instead of a full one, but I've been waking up super tired lately. I think I was a bit burnt out, and so these have been a lifesaver, especially when I go to work. But I have been trying to not restock them as often just because I want to stop relying on them to wake myself up in the morning. And finally, some Diet Coke. I am a Diet Coke girly through and through, and I needed a restock. I know I said it was warm and humid outside, but I figured I would try to come out and read on my balcony for a while. It's become one of those daily rituals that I absolutely love and look forward to every day. Every time I'm here and it's kind of nice out, I try to come out at least once a day for a little bit to just enjoy the summer. I feel like in the past, I was just trying to stay inside as much as possible, and don't get me wrong, I love the AC, but I have been trying to just enjoy summer a little bit more and make it a little bit less unbearable. Even though like it's warm, it's humid, I probably won't stay here forever, but at the very least, I'm in the shade, I have my snack, I have my book, and so I think I'm just gonna stay here for a while. I think I'm gonna try the protein bar that I bought at Costco today. I'm feeling like this could be nice. So it looks like this. It is massive. Like I didn't think it would be this big, but it's very sweet. There's a lot of caramel, which I do like, but I feel like this is the kind of thing where I could eat half the bar and be satisfied, but I don't hate it. I thankfully have some water to sip on. So now let me get into my book. I'm currently reading Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. So yes, I finally bought the Infernal Devices. I've been talking about it and thinking about it for weeks now. I've been doing a big, massive Shadowhunter reread before the release of The Last King of Fairy. And now I am starting my reread of Clockwork Angel. I started this a few days ago. I'm currently on page 372. I'm almost done with the book. And I'll admit I'm struggling with this one a bit more than I thought I would be. It's been 10 years since I've read it. And I reread my review of this and I absolutely loved the first book. I gave it 5 stars. I was obsessed with the series, at least that's what I said in my review at the time. I mentioned how much I love the characters, the plot, and everything. And I'll admit that when I started this, I did have high expectations based on my previous review and the fact that it's a lot of people's favorite series in the Shadowhunter Chronicles. The first 50 pages were a little bit tough for me to get through. For some reason, I just wasn't connecting with any of the characters. And I felt like once we got to the Institute, I started enjoying the story a bit more. I felt like we were within the Shadowhunter realm now, and it was just more interesting for me to read. But my biggest issue with this so far has been the fact that like I cannot find myself connecting to these characters. I think it could be because this is the first book in a trilogy, right? And so I might carve this connection out a little bit more as I progress in my reread. But so far, I just feel like the characters are there. And like Tessa, the protagonist, I feel like the plot is happening to her. She doesn't have a lot of agency. I feel like she's not really doing anything. She's just there and like things happen, but she's not actively trying to do something. If I compare this to City of Bones, I feel like with that book, I had the nostalgia factor. Yes, it had been like years since I had read that book, but because I had watched so many adaptations since then, I just felt more of a connection to the characters because, you know, there's a show, there's a movie that I've seen and rewatched like many times. And so I knew the story, I knew the characters a little bit more diving into it. And so when I reread City of Bones, yes, I struggled with it a little bit compared to City of Ashes and City of Glass, but I felt like I had this instant connection to the characters. And it could be because I grew up with the Shadowhunter Chronicles and these characters specifically, they meant a lot to me. Like we're the same age and this is set in like the Victorian era. So there's definitely like a difference there. But I feel like for the most part, it's been a little bit more of a struggle for me with this one compared to City of Bones. I'm liking it, but it's definitely something that I'm enjoying when I'm reading it. But when I put it down, I don't feel the urge to pick it back up. So maybe it's just because it's the first book, but I thought I would be more obsessed with it than I actually am right now. Things could still change. I still have high hopes for this. So after lunch, I went back outside to read some more, and I did end up finishing Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I think I'm going to settle on 3.5-star rating for this one, which feels so low, but at the same time, I need to remind myself that for me, anything above a 3-star rating is something that I have enjoyed, and that was the case with this one. Although I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, I still ended up enjoying my reading experience, especially towards the end. Things started to pick up, there were a lot of reveals, and it made me interested, like intrigued enough to want to pick up the rest of the series. But I'll admit that like I'm not itching to get to the next book the way that I was when I finished reading City of Bones or even City of Ashes. I just wanted to pick up the next book and just continue reading the series. Whereas with this one, I wouldn't mind a little break from it. I do know that I want to continue prioritizing this reread because I just want to continue making my way through the Shadowhunter Chronicles, but I'm not necessarily eager to pick up Clockwork Prince. So I think next, I'm actually going to go back into Fated Throne, which is book 6 in the Zodiac Academy series. So I started reading this last week and I put it down because I was in the mood for something else, but now I think it's time for me to pick it back up. I am in the mood for like a fantasy, and so I think this is going to be perfect. I'm about 24% of the way through, so I don't anticipate finishing this one today, but I do think I could make quite a dent in this. I am kind of in the mood to just read all day. I do have the whole day ahead of me, and I was productive this morning, and now I'm trying to take care of myself by relaxing and cozying up with a fun book. And I have been in a great reading mood overall in the past couple of weeks, ever since I've been doing the Great Summer Login, and I've been reading more regularly. It's like my reading spark has ignited again. I have been wanting to read all things. Like right now, even picking this up, like choosing my next read was kind of tough because there are so many books that I could have picked. And that's why I brought you to my library room, because initially I was going to select my next read with you guys. But quite frankly, I think now I know what I want and that's what I'm going to be doing. But there's so many things that I could pick up right now. Like I just want to read all the things and read them as quickly as I can so that I can dive into the next one. I feel like I have the momentum going. And so I might be able to make quite a dent in my TBR over the next couple of weeks. We'll see. I feel a bit overstimulated right now. I'm not gonna lie. I had to tie my hair up and change into some more comfortable clothes because I just could not handle myself anymore. I feel like I can't really focus. And so before I dive into my next book, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of food prep right now, which is why we're in my kitchen. So one of the things that I have learned throughout my health and wellness journey is that I tend to perform better whenever I have a plan. And what that means is that usually I tend to eat better whenever I have food prepped in the kitchen. So right now I think I'm gonna cut up some fruit and vegetables. I feel like whenever those are ready, I'm much more likely to eat them. Otherwise, I might go to a more unhealthy snack. And not that those are bad necessarily in small doses, but they make me feel bad long term if I eat them too much. And so I have some Quebec strawberries. I also have a watermelon wedge that I bought the other day that I think I'm gonna cut up. And I'm also thinking of prepping some hard-boiled eggs so that I have a protein that I can either snack on or use in the morning for breakfast. And I think having those ready to go will first help me calm down a bit because my mind is just running 1,000 miles an hour right now, but also my future self will thank me for it. That watermelon looks so good, so I'm treating myself to a little snack before I get back into my book. So slight change of plan. I'm actually gonna go on an outdoor walk because the forecast says that it's supposed to rain tonight, and I was maybe thinking of going on an outdoor walk like after dinner, but if it's going to rain and storm probably because of all of this heat, I think I would rather go now. I've started to see some dark clouds and I don't want to be in a situation where I miss doing the movement part, because I'll admit this is one of the habits that has been been the hardest for me to stick to, but at the same time, it's one of the habits that has made the biggest difference in my wellness journey. Moving my body every day intentionally is something that I found that I truly enjoy. And also, it's not something that just helps with my physical health, it also helps me clear my head. And especially on a day like today where I feel a bit overstimulated, I think this might just be what I need to calm myself down a bit. Granted, I don't love going out in this heat, and I could have done an at-home workout, but for some reason, at-home workouts have just not seemed as appealing as of late. And so I'm hoping that this walk will help me feel a bit better and help me get back on track, because for the past couple of days, I have kind of neglected working out. And also recently, because I've been feeling a bit burnt out, this is one of the things that I have been slacking on. I've still been moving my body every day because that was part of my Great Summer Lock-In Challenge. But I will admit that I kind of took the easy way out and relied more on like stretching and whatnot, which is still great. It's still movement, but I kind of miss sweating a bit more. So I am hoping that today's walk will be short and sweet, but will kind of get the momentum going and make me want to continue moving my body. And also, since I'm going to be washing my hair tomorrow anyway, I don't mind so much if I'm going out in this heat and I come back feeling a bit disheveled. So let's brave this heat and get some movement in. Movement is done. It's time for dinner, and I made myself a big bowl of pasta. I feel like with this impending rainstorm that we're sure to be getting in the next couple of hours, this is going to be the perfect cozy meal to end the day. I was planning on having steak initially tonight, but I forgot to take out my steak from the freezer this morning. So I took it out when I came back from Costco, but it's still a bit frozen, and so I didn't want to have that while it wasn't completely thawed. So we'll be having that tomorrow instead, and tonight we can just enjoy pasta. I'm actually really excited for this because I've been craving this for quite some time. I feel like Ilya in Heated Rivalry in the last episode. This is the mood and the vibe that I'm feeling tonight. And so I am sure I'm going to be loving this. And I think I'm going to enjoy that while watching some more television. This is a habit that I would love to break because I feel like I always eat while watching TV or like YouTube or some kind of entertainment. But because I live by myself, I feel like otherwise I'm just eating in silence. And while sometimes it's fine, I feel like I just need a little bit of background noise. And also, even when I'm at my parents', they usually have the television on in the background when we're eating. Like we're still having a meal as a family and we'll still talk, but there's usually some background noise, like the TV is usually in the background. And so that's something that I guess I've developed here as well, but it's fine. I think tonight I'll be continuing my Friends rewatch and enjoying my big bowl of pasta.
And I think Ross is generous too.
Great, okay, then it's just us girls. Okay, yeah. Video games and free sandwiches.
Why? What?
Well, her father pays you for babysitting, right?
The most beautiful engagement ring ever.
Yeah, well, you should know. You bought like 1 billion of them.
Now almost 9 o'clock. I have been reading on and off for most of the evening and I'm now 31% through Fate Throne. I know it sounds like I didn't make that much progress, but this book is massive. It didn't end up rainstorming after all tonight. I think maybe we'll get the rainstorms later on this week, but it was super cozy still because I had my little ambiance room and then I also lit this vanilla coffee candle. My apartment smells great. I just had such a great evening, super relaxing, a great way for me to unwind, super cozy too. And now I low-key feel ready for fall. I know we're still in the middle of summer still, but I'm kind of excited for fall now. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I am getting rather tired. Ever since I did the Great Summer Lock-In, I have been in the habit of going to bed at around 10 o'clock so that I can wake up early the next day. Like even on days where I'm not working, I tend to wake up early still. Like for instance, today I woke up at 6:30, even though I didn't have an alarm or anything, but it's like my body is just used to going to bed early and therefore waking up early. I don't hate it. It just means that even on days where I want want to sleep in. I usually can't, but I think I'm going to keep reading in bed for a bit, get cozy, and continue unwinding. I think I may read a chapter or two and then just turn off the lights and go to bed. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you are watching this, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.